Well, I'm going to record the call because if there was someone who couldn't make it, obviously we want to always reward the people who show up. And that's why you guys are here. You're going to get as much value as I can give you in the next 40 minutes. I told the guys specifically what I want to do. Very, very, very simple. I want to give you guys, number one, my experience and what I believe was the behind the scenes reasoning for Matt and I's success. Why did we become successful? Why were we able to do the things that we were able to do in this industry, right? People always see, wow, like these guys have, made millions and millions of dollars. How did they do it? So I want to be able to give you that. At the same time, I also want to open up a Q&A. I want to be able to, field some questions from you guys specifically on maybe, what's holding you back or why you haven't started to build or why you haven't launched yet. So I'm really excited about this call in particular because this week I got to see, I went up to Atlanta on Saturday and I actually got to sit down with three of the newest Platinum 5000s that all came from the same city. And, it's notorious in our industry that building in New York City is very difficult, right? Everybody always talks about how hard it is to build in New York and how, people in New York are more skeptical and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I disagree with that, right? Being from New Jersey, growing up, right across the bridge from New York, we have a lot of the same tendencies, a lot of the same, maybe reserves. But at the end of the day, we just see things for what they are. And it's really hard to BS somebody from New York. It's really hard to, paint the dream without an actual game plan. And what I love and respect so much about Neno, Rob, my boy Tim, Ty, Lou, Manny, are the things that I've loved about these guys for quite some time. It's just the genuine thrive to become a great trader and not just, sit up top and talk about, this is the best trading platform in the world, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't even know how to use the product, right? I think that is always something that gets me excited because at the end of the day, there's no cap. Like with trading, you can become extremely successful. And regardless of, the fact that if you want to build or not, let me get my camera on here, regardless if you want to build or not, I mean, this is a company that over the past 4 years has gone from when I started, only the harmonic scanner, and the only person that was doing live teaching was Chris Terry. Chris Terry was the only guy that was doing live instruction. So imagine that. Right now, you've got a platform with 100+ educators in 13 languages, 10 or 11 different tools, swipe trades, Gold Cup, bounce back, web analyzer. Like, man, we've come from such a humble beginning, such a, very humble foundation. And to be able to see, what Tim's been able to do, my boy Neno has been consistent for the last 2 years. And that's what we talk about, right? That consistency always leads to success. And so I want to bring you guys back to when I first started, because from what I understand, a lot of you were pretty new. Maybe you have zero experience with trading, zero experience with direct sales, and this is really your first crack. This is really your first run at this thing. And I also understand that everybody on this call has a desire and they want to learn how to build. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my journey and what allowed me to really catapult and get to where we are, Matt and myself. So back in 2013, I was actually running a nightclub in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I was making 8, 9, 10 grand a month. I was doing really well. I was definitely on a path to get, to elevate through the ranks of corporate America. The club that I worked for was owned by a man named Tillman Fertitta. You guys probably familiar. He owns the Houston Rockets. He owns one of the largest yachts in the world. He owns a ton of big restaurant chains like Rainforest Cafe and Morton Steakhouse and, Bubba Gum Shrimp, and all these big brands all fall under this guy, multi-billionaire. And I actually worked inside of his organization, helped him launch his first nightclub. Actually, those of you guys in New York probably been there or heard of it, Haven Nightclub in Atlantic City that actually just closed. But that's where I started. And I came on as a VIP host, and for 8-9 months, busted my butt, worked as hard as I could, 10 to 12 hours a day. And at the end of the day, I was kind of capped. Now, could I cap inside the club? Could I have moved up the ranks and maybe made 20, 30 grand, a month? Maybe. But it probably would have taken 10, 15, 20 years. So I got inside of, one of my friends. He introduced me to direct sales about 5 months before that. Honestly, I thought it was a scam. I thought it was just weird that he kept inviting me over to his house to check out this great opportunity and check out these products and check out all this stuff. I was like, dude, what is this, man? Like, what is this? It just sounded weird. And finally, I put my ego aside. I sat down with him and I said, you know what? Just show me. Don't hit me with the finesse. Just show me exactly what's good. Like, what is this? What can it be? And I'll make a decision if this is something that I want to do. So I saw the company. I went all in. And, I think within, I want to say my 4th week, all these guys kept telling me, bro, come to this event, come to this event, come to this event. And I really didn't have a lot of money. I was on a pretty tight budget because I had just quit my job in the nightclub. I quit and went all in, and I had a savings, but I was like, damn, I got a budget. If I'm going to make it work in this network marketing thing, I got to budget some money. And so I was like making excuses of why I didn't want to go to the event. And they were like, just come. We're all going to drive. And I was like, all right, I'll be there. I'm down. So I drove all the way. It was like a 12-hour drive to Ohio. Now, mind you, I've barely made any money in this company in the first month. I think I enrolled a few people, but I hadn't really launched yet. And I didn't know what to expect. So we drive, we're pounding energy drinks. Like 12 hours later, we show up. There's like 15 people sleeping on a hotel room. And the next day we go to the event. And I walked in, and I will tell you guys, I walked into a lot more than what I expected to walk into. I did not expect to walk into a place where thousands and thousands and thousands of people were excited. Thousands and thousands of people were networking. Thousands and thousands of people were taking pictures and, doing their chants and, going crazy. And then we walk into the event, and the energy was insane. Like, I saw the stage, and I guess in that moment, it just went from an opportunity, maybe even a hobby, maybe something that I was going to try. Even though I thought I was dedicated, I didn't really know how real it was and how broad it was and how many people from around the world were doing this until I went to that event. It was like magical. And then there was a moment in that event. And this is why I'm going to encourage all of you to get out to Dallas. Because there was a moment in that event where I made a decision. And at this time, I had nothing. And I'm telling you, 6 years later, this is probably the reason why I'm in front of you guys today with over $10 million in career earnings in network marketing, having been able to help and impact over almost 200 people to hit the 6-figure income level. And I'm telling you guys, the reason, and I'm pretty sure this is the reason why, is because of this moment. I walked in, I sat down, and in the session, there was a kid named Diego. And Diego got up on stage as a 19 or 20-year-old. And he started to tell his story about how he immigrated to the United States from Mexico. And his mom was actually cleaning toilets. Actually, I think it was his mom and his dad. They were cleaning toilets in a hotel in order to put food on the table. They were a very poor family. And someone came to him with the opportunity. And at first he was skeptical. And then he made a decision to go to an event. And he went to an event. and he made a decision. He went home and he became the youngest six-figure earner in the company. I think he was 19 or 20 years old. And his mom was sitting in the front row, and he went over to the podium. He grabbed some flowers and he brought it over and he walked it over and gave it to his mom. And I don't think anybody in the room that has even half of a soul was sitting there like dry-eyed. I'm pretty sure everybody had a few tears in their eyes. There were some people who were just bawling. It was a very emotional moment. And in that moment, I just remembered, like, damn, how cool would it be? Even though I'm not in that situation, like my mom and dad are not struggling for money. They're working super hard. They're working multiple jobs. How amazing would it be if I were able to go out and just create 10 grand a month? What could I do? What could I get my dad out of his job? Could I maybe get my mom some relief to quit her second job? And I just made that decision. And I'll tell you guys that it took me from that decision 2 years. But I think that's the reason why I didn't quit. For 2 years, I didn't make money. But because of that decision, I kept going. And when things were tough, I went out and got a job delivering Chinese food and pizza and sushi. And I kept going because in the back of my head, now I knew that feeling of even me just potentially winning and giving my parents something and having them come to a convention, that was my dream, for them to see me on stage as a winner. And in 2015, we found iMarkets Live, Matt and I. We found iMarkets Live, and I was 70 grand in debt. I barely had any money. Matt barely had any money. We were in a tight spot. I had moved to Miami so we could become roommates and work on the business together, our other business, which was failing miserably. And then we found IML. And all we had was the harmonic scanner, but honestly, that's all we needed. And sometimes we have so much stuff in this company that it gets complicated, but I learned how to trade on the scanner. About 60 days in, I was making a couple $100 a week. I lost some money too. I didn't really know anything about risk management, but I made a decision to really build this business because to me, I was so burnt out at that time. I didn't ever want to be somebody that was viewed as corny, as a salesman, as somebody who needed people to sign up under him to make money. I didn't want to be labeled in that category. I didn't want to be that guy who, here comes the MLM guy. Here comes the network marketing guy. That's corny. I didn't want to be that. I wanted to do something for my family. I wanted to obviously make a lot of money. I wanted to create a significant impact. But at the end of the day, I just didn't want to be a slave to the clock. I didn't want to be a slave to a job because I remember from the time I turned 16 to the time that I retired in, 4 years ago, I was still a slave to credit card payments, a slave to student loan payments, a slave to my car payments, a slave to a job, a slave to the clock. I didn't want to be a slave anymore, right? We come to America to live the American dream, and most of us are still slaves. Yeah, you get to, go to sleep at night with air conditioning in the summer and heat in the winter. And yeah, you get to, do what you want to do and make some choices. But at the end of the day, are you really free? See, there's so many people that have such a big ego about building a team. But a lot of the times, the people that have a big ego when it comes to network marketing and MLM have a small bank account. And I say that only because I've been there. I was that guy who was like, nah, that's stupid. MLM's dumb. Network marketing's dumb. But I was broke. And the worst thing you can be is broke and skeptical at the same time. Broke and skeptical at the same time. That is the worst combination in the world. Honestly, that is disgusting. I'd rather drink milk and vinegar than be broke and skeptical. Because if you're broke, that's one thing. That's temporary. You could be broke for 10 years and then become a multimillionaire. I'm the proof. Matt Rose is the proof. David Imonitie is the proof. Alex Morton, proof. You could be broke. That's temporary. But if you're skeptical forever, you're always going to be broke, guaranteed. So I said, you know what? We're going to rip the cover off the ball. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to show people that network marketing works. It's just people who did things sketchy, sold people a dream that doesn't exist. Sold people, hype people up because they needed somebody to sign up. We don't need people to sign up. That's why I love IML. If nobody signs up again, we could just make money trading. I've made multiple six figures. Results not typical. My results are never going to be your results. Yes, I had capital when I started trading. All these disclaimers because this is recorded. So, somebody going to be mad. I made multiple six figures trading cryptocurrency in the last year and a half. In fact, I had a multiple six-figure month at one point. I also had a multiple six-figure loss, so it comes up, but we still in profit. We can do this. The reason why we build is because if we don't share the opportunity, we might be stealing the greatest opportunity in the world from somebody. Think about that. See, a lot of people, I don't want to build because I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to build because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to sell them. I don't want to build because, stop that. Imagine Matt and I have 60,000 people in our team. Gary Roberts has over 70,000 people in his team. Imagine if we said, I'm not going to tell anybody about this because I don't want them to think, I don't want to be a salesman. Think about that. Think about all the people. Stop thinking about yourself and start and I'm just being real because you got to be blunt in today's world. You can't beat around the bush. We can't sugarcoat things. This isn't a coloring book. This isn't, a kindergarten, pep talk. This is real. This is your life. You guys are adults. You're looking to do something with your life. You may be a young adult, old adult, doesn't matter. It's time to make some decisions. And at the end of the day, imagine all the people that need you. See, Tim is a multiple six-figure trader. He could be successful with or without building a network. But look at all the individuals now that are impacted by his decision, because if he didn't start talking about it, there's at least a few hundred people that don't know about IML. Look at Neno. Look at Lou. Look at Cash the Great. Look at, you could just go through every leader. Look at Ty. Ty's about to hit chairman. Look at Manny. Actually, let me tell you something about Manny Quinones. If Manny and Lou and Anthony Ortiz did not make the decision to actually kick the New York market back into gear, I don't even know if any of us would be on this call right now. So stop worrying about your own personal fear of sales. Guys, we're sharing this. We're not selling. IML sells itself. I got 3 people in my inbox. I'm on my way to Atlanta. I signed up like 4 people in the last 2 days, and I didn't even contact any of them. People follow my Instagram. They jump in the inbox. Hey, I've been searching for IML. Hey, I see your content. What do you do? Hey, I want to make my little cousin. He's going to hit chairman like record time. He's going to hit chairman in record time. In 4 years, I didn't even prospect him. He prospected me. So don't be shy. There's people out there, and you don't got to be corny with your approach. I think all of you guys should just go, and I don't see this enough. Stop. Don't worry about posting profits. Some people, here's the other excuse. I can't post profits, so I can't get people in. What? See, think about it this way. Business is all about what you want to duplicate. It's all about what you want to duplicate. McDonald's is the #1 most disgusting restaurant in the world, but on a year-to-year basis, they're the #1 grossing restaurant in sales. And it's disgusting. McDonald's is disgusting. Think about that. Why? A duplicatable system. If we're sitting here posting profits to try to get signups, people are going to think that IML is sign up and make money. Join and make money. And yeah, that sounds great, but that also sounds like a revolving door. It sounds like people are going to join, think they're going to make money. If they do, you get lucky. They'll probably stay. But if people are chasing money, the next time they have an opportunity to make money, they'll probably choose that opportunity if it looks like it's faster, quicker, easier? You ever think of that? See, everybody's trying to find the fastest way to hit ranks. The fastest way to hit ranks is to do things the right way, be consistent, and just talk to more people. Just put, I guarantee there's over 150 people on this webinar right now. I guarantee you that the person in the next 365 days that gets the most eyeballs, the most ears, hearing about IML and seeing the products is going to have the biggest result. That's all it is. The more people that you show the plan to, and the more you follow up, the more you're going to succeed. So stop trying to overcomplicate the process. Pick a launch date. Expose. I don't see enough people doing this. Go on your Instagram story. Hey, man, I am so grateful that I decided to pay for this trading academy. The value is insane. Look at this. Look at all this content. Unbelievable. You're going to start to get some questions. You're going to start to get some people curious. That's all it takes in this business is curiosity. All you got to do is just pique people's interest. Just keep peeking. Just keep peeking. And you know what? If you make that post, man, look at this harmonic scanner. I just started to learn how to trade a couple weeks ago, and this thing is helping me get in the trades. I'm so excited. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let them watch. Let them watch. Let them watch. And guess what? People are going to contact you. That's not selling. That's sharing. Just like all the time I'm drinking Bang Energy drink. I don't have a referral link. I'm not selling this. But you know how many people have bought Bang Energy drinks in the last 72 hours? I got people on my Instagram. Oh, man, I'm going to cop a few cases. Oh, man, I just stopped. Hey, here's a picture. Look at me. I'm not getting paid for that, but I am getting paid for IML. Bang didn't make me free. IML did. So understand that few key things. Me going to an event 6 years ago allowed me to make a decision that now for 2 years did not yield me a profit. But 6 years later, 8 figures in earnings. 8. With Matt Rosa and I combined, 8 figures in earnings. That's crazy. There's so many lessons right in there. I don't tell you this stuff for me. I don't even like edification. I don't even like when people like, oh my God, you're the best. No, God's the best. I'm just here. I'm grateful. I've been put in a position to impact the masses. I've been put in a position to take people who don't believe in themselves and show them that there's more to the picture than they can see, because it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. That's all I want to do. I just want to take you and show you that you're not meant to be average. You were not born just to sit behind a desk all day and somebody could tell you you're not good enough, you don't work hard enough, you can't succeed, you can't pass me because I own you, I own your clock, you go to the bathroom when you want, you take lunch when I want you to. That's all I really care about. I'm just telling you guys the story because there were key components to us creating the story, key components to us putting together that roadmap. Everybody's looking for the secret. The secret is right here in this last 20 minutes. Get to Dallas, whatever it's going to take. Not for me. I don't make money off the ticket sales. I don't make money if you show up or not. But get there, because if it's not for IML, it's for you. For IML TV, get there Friday morning. Go sit in the classroom with all the traders. Go meet the traders face to face. Go shake hands. Maybe your breakthrough with trading is waiting for you in Dallas, Texas. If you don't go, maybe you don't get it. Maybe your breakthrough is Bob Proctor speaking at the event. Maybe your breakthrough is hearing the new chairman stories, the new chairman 10s and how they did it, the new 25s, how they did it, the new 50s, how they did it, the new 100s, how they did it. Maybe that's your breakthrough. But if you don't go, you'll never know. And if I truly believe that if my friends did not pressure me and annoy me to go to that event in Ohio, which I thought was stupid at the time, I don't even think I'd be here with you guys today. Truly, I don't even think I would be here right now. Is it guaranteed? Not really. But we don't even get a guarantee that we're going to wake up tomorrow. So why play conservative with your life? Yeah, it's good to be smart. But if you're under the age of 30, you got to take all the risk in the world, because debt is debt. Credit cards are credit cards. I didn't care. I was racking those credit cards up. If they weren't in my safe, I got them in the safe. I always keep them. Because you can't close credit cards anyway, or else isn't that crazy? You close a credit card and it gets a negative score on your credit. So stupid. So I just have them, but I have all my credit cards, and I'll pull them out. Actually, I'll probably bring them to convention, but don't tell nobody. I think I'll do something. I think I'll have a really good talk at convention with my credit cards. Actually, I'm gonna do that. That's pretty epic. But if I didn't have those and I didn't take the chance to rock them, put everything, go to events on cards, buy flights on cards. As soon as I had somebody in Costa Rica on my team, I got on a flight. I was like, we're building an empire. The last thing that I'm going to say to you guys is this. You cannot be afraid to speak the world into existence. Nobody likes somebody who's cocky, but nobody likes somebody who lacks confidence. So find that sweet spot, that humble confidence, that posture, that swag. That's all. When you hear somebody got swag, they have humility and confidence. Nobody likes somebody who's cocky. Ego is crap. If you're around people who me, I, get rid of them. Find people who serve and be a person who serves. Time to make a decision, guys. It's time to make a big decision. And I think all of you should launch now. We wait so long. But I want you to think about this. If there was a room in the world, I thought about this. I was doing an event in Connecticut a couple weeks ago, and I thought of this while I was speaking. I love it. I'm going to share it with you guys right now. If there was a room in the world filled, we're talking a big room, okay? And inside of that room were bags, like huge sacks of money. And inside one bag was enough to live for a whole lifetime, enough money. Okay, enough cash in the bag. You get one, you could live the rest of your life financially free. But you have two hands, so you could grab two bags. Now you rich, okay? You're like Lou. Would you leave that room knowing that there was probably a few hundred more bags and you don't even need them? Would you leave that room and not tell anybody? Or would you run home and wake your mom up, wake your dad up, get up? Why are you waking me up? Get up. This is the one time, get up. Come with me. I got something. We got to go. Would you get all the people you loved, all the people you cared about to go over and get a bag of money themselves? Or would you keep it to yourself? Would you not tell anybody? When I saw the power of being able to put a couple $100 in a broker account, and if you lose, you just reload it. Eventually, you're going to stop losing. When I saw the power of learning from an $80+ million trader, our CEO, who's now a multiple 9-figure trader, multiple 9-figure net worth, when I saw the opportunity to be around people who had the things that I wanted, I had to shoot my shot. And I did. And I think what you guys need to do tonight is make that decision to take that leap and go all in. There's nothing but an invisible barrier holding you back. An invisible barrier. That's all that's holding you back right now from going out and getting your 6-figure trader dream or getting your 6-figure income earner dream. It's just about manifestation at this point. It's about getting out and understanding if you really, truly want to succeed. If you really, truly want to make it happen. And if you do, then you got to go. You got to go tonight and write down a list of 100, 200 people and plan your launch call. Call your Platinum 2000 upline. Call your Platinum 1000 upline. Hell, call your Platinum 5000 upline, because if they're too lazy to help you do a launch call, next, call a leader and be like, look, Jason's talk inspired me. I've been holding back. I'm ready to launch. I'm ready to go. Set up a Zoom call. Invite people. Hey, look, I'm launching a special project with some special people. Are you free tomorrow night at 8 o'clock? Awesome. Be on this webinar. You don't have to worry about it. We're going to answer all your questions. Done. I would be, if I were you, this is what we did when we launched IML. Chris Terry and I, Matt Rosa and I had Chris Terry on a launch call. Now, at the time, there was 500 people in the company. So we're like, all right, Chris, we're going to double your company in the next 2 weeks. So get ready, boy. So we had Chris on a launch call, okay? Chris gets on the launch call, and I literally spent 2 days inviting as many people as I can. Inviting. Just be there. Do you trust me? Yes. Be there. Oh, you're not interested? Awesome. Do me a favor. Are we friends? Yes. Be a fly on the wall. Oh, you don't want to do this again? You don't have any money? Doesn't matter. Just do me a favor. Be on the call. Trust me. You could tell me no. I'm trying to get as many no's as possible. Please be there. Please be there. Please be there. I'm not asking you to buy anything. And you know what? Like 80 out of 86 people signed up in the next 48 hours. Matt and I hit Platinum 2000 in our first 2 days in the business. We hit Chairman 10 in 63 days because we launched the business. We didn't teeter-tatter through a couple of our friends. We sat down, we focused, we made lists, we invited, we put 80-something people on a webinar. A few of them told us no. A bunch of them told us yes. Some of them told us, give me a couple days. Some of them told us, give me a couple weeks. Some of them said they were going to join. They didn't. Some of them joined and quit. A few of them now are Platinum 1,000, 2,000. One of them is Chairman. One of them is going Platinum 5,000 this week. My best friend, Matthew Green. I'm just saying, if you want it, go get it. I'm going to open up the chat box. I'm going to take questions for the next 3 minutes. I'm going to try to answer a few different questions. So if you guys, because I got something to do, but I think everything you got on this call is enough, and I don't want to take you off the path, off the energy, off the vibe. So let me see some of these questions. Okay. What kept you going? Brian, what kept me going was establishing why I was doing this. I knew that when I made my decision to do it for my mom and dad and to retire them, I knew that I could never quit. Because if I quit on myself, that's one thing. But if I quit on them, that's a whole nother thing. Do I use Fibonacci? No. Actually, to be completely honest and vulnerable and transparent with you guys, Fibonacci is the only – I was not good at math. I was not like dumb. Like I was actually pretty smart when it came to school, but I just didn't really pay attention and didn't care. And when I see Fibonacci, it's just one of those things that I'll be honest, I haven't spent a lot of time on it. I have a lot of friends who are great traders that use Fibonacci. So I like somewhat understand it, but I really don't. Honestly. I studied like Naked Forex when I first started. Before I found IML, I read Naked Forex pretty much twice. So I understand a lot about technicals and just looking at a chart and understanding some things. And I've always traded with the harmonic scanner. Like the scanner is always something that I love. And I look at, longer term swing trades now because I'm busy. I travel a lot. So it's very hard for me to like day trade because I have, 50, 60,000 people in my group. So a lot of the times that's the way that it goes. But yeah, I know Fibonacci is the key to everything. I know. And I told you I make myself vulnerable. If you gave me a test on Fibonacci, I got a 0. Okay. What are your favorite times to trade and what methods do you use? Personally, what I love, Chance, I don't know if you guys know Chance Ghanem and Sam, but they're actually really good friends of mine. And a few months ago, I love the harmonic scanner. And a few months ago, they taught me how to use pitchforks. And so what I usually do is I start off on the harmonic scanner, then I go to pitchforks, and then I just look at the basic, your basic indicators to grab like 3, 4, 5 confirmations, jump into a trade that typically, because of the pitchforks, I could typically snipe and get into a trade without a lot of drawdown. Very simple strategy. Again, I moved a lot of my stuff to crypto. I trade with Picasso. So a lot of my bigger money is in a crypto account that swing trading and buying at the lows, selling at the highs type stuff. I'm going to take 2 more questions that have more to do with building, because the first ones I saw were trading. But launch call, do you have a presentation? No. With your launch call, great question, Profit Empire. With your launch call, okay, what I highly recommend is that you get on that call and you do the introduction and be genuine, right? Talk about why you respect the leader that you called to do the event with you. Talk about why you respect the platform, how great your experience has been with it, and most importantly, make sure that your intentions to those people are extremely easy to understand. I always let people know, look, guys, I'm not sharing this with you because I want your money. I'm not sharing this with you because I'm trying to sell you something. I'm simply sharing this because at the end of the day, I believe in this platform. And if there's at least one person out there tonight who needs this more than me, and I shared that with you and you go out and win, I'll feel grateful, right? I'm just being genuine. That's all. Just being real with people. And then I turn it over to the upline, but pay attention to the webinar, because the sooner that you can present on your own is the sooner your team's going to explode. And the people who have mastered that are the ones who really do well. Running out of time here. When you first started. Should I still invite people while I'm learning? Yes. Okay, this is huge. Some people go, well, I don't want to build till I know how to trade. Guys, that defeats the purpose. You're not selling you. I'm not like coming at you and I'm not trying to throw shade. I just want you to see the reality of it. You're not selling you. This isn't, Tim Markets Live or Neno Markets Live or Lou Markets Live. This is, IML. And you're selling the academy, IML TV. So the fact that you're learning should be a strong enough selling point to people that are looking to say yes. And if people ask you, say, look, I paid for the education platform and right now I'm just learning, but I get a lot of value. And that's why I wanted to share it, because it's real. There's so much stuff on the internet that's not real. This is. So I'm learning right now. I haven't started trading yet, and don't have shame in that. Some people are scared to tell people that they haven't made money yet. But if everybody could make money easily, wouldn't everybody do it? It's not easy, but it works. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So stop hiding behind your results, because that's just going to create psychological pressure. See, if you're just waiting to make money, you're never going to make money. You just got to jump and figure it out. You got to jump and know that there's a parachute. Go out and get it. How do I get my team to run on the same type of time I'm on when it comes to building? Because sometimes some of my people be losing focus. Well, number one, it's kind of like a massage, right? You don't go into a massage and just expect for that masseuse to just start beating the heck out of you. You might have an injury, right? You might have a weakness. You might have a soft spot, right? They go in and kind of, feel things out and find out where the tension is and massage that tension. So don't just work through your business like a savage, right? Work through your business like a servant and create more of that personal relationship, especially with your business being in that phase one. As you grow, you're going to be around so much leadership training and personal development and conventions and chairman. You'll figure out how to continue to grow a team and scale a team. Right now, keep those relationships. I knew every single person in my business up until I was like chairman 25. Like seriously, almost every single person. I'm not annoying, but I let people know I'm here for you, and I think that allows them. And be flexible. Be flexible. Don't be so cookie cutter, because people work different times. And at the end of the day, this is a volunteer process. This is not forced. Like nobody's forcing people to do this. This is a volunteer process. So the minute that we start telling people what to do is the minute they lose interest. Not once have I ever called Neno and Tim or any leader in my business and said, yo, you need to show up on this call. Yo, work harder. Never. Yo, why are you falling off? Yo, why are you stagnant? I just create an environment where I'm putting something out there, and if you want to run, you run to it. I'm putting out a training tonight. We did a training tonight. I didn't beg you guys to come. Nobody begged you to come, but 170 plus people showed up, and are still here after an hour. This is a volunteer process. And if you're getting value, you're going to stay. If people are dropping out, just look at what you're doing and see it in the areas where you can increase value. See if you can help them launch better. See if you can help them understand better. See what you can do to make them just get it, if that makes sense. All right, guys, so I got to run. I know there's a bunch of other questions, and I apologize, but I'm gonna put this recording up on my YouTube channel, okay? So you guys can take the recording, share it, and I cannot wait to see all of you in Dallas. I know in my heart that a majority of you are going to get there, and a majority of you are going to be grateful. And if you were on this call and you weren't going to go, but you decided to go because of this call, I want you to come up, and if you could see me at convention, I don't know, it's like a mob scene, but if you can see me at convention, I want you to tell me that you made that decision on this call tonight. So I just want to say, as I jump off and I throw this up on Instagram, we had an amazing call tonight. Appreciate all of you guys. Big time, big time, big time. Great vibes. You guys asked great questions. I am ridiculously grateful, and I'll see you guys in Dallas.